Because what I want to do is, I know you're like an insane range support player, and I want to play range supports. Like the big ones for me already are like Renata, Lulu, are like the two ones I'm looking at. Rakan is great. Janna can work in some scenarios. But what I want to do is I want to play to your strengths, because I think what we have right now is a strange dynamic, which is rare for teams, where Velia is not the best tank jungler. He's a really good carry jungler, and you're an insane range support player. And having range supports with carry junglers is a very tough dynamic to pull off straight away.
It's what you said earlier. We have to play
Yeah, if we're
really
playing
perfect.
like Renata is a small exception to that information. Renata is kind of like a cheat engage slash range support. But if we play like Lulu Vi, or if we play like Wukong Janna, we can't draft these things together. So Velia is going to have to learn tanks, and you're slowly going to have to kind of tank it and blind melee supports. And you're going to have
Yeah.
to learn that the game will suck for you in lane, and you will find options eventually because the game will come to you. But we can't have you smashing bot all the time. But I want you to smash bot most of the time. So it's finding that balance is what we really need to do, I think, right now in dynamics of champ pools.
Just go with the draft, I think.
Yeah, we'll
Whatever
go
OP pick we get, we just try to make
exactly. Like,
the
for
hub,
example,
the comp.
Skarner is OP, I think. So as soon as Velia, I make him do another 10 Skarner games, which he's definitely going to do, then we can look at champs like Soraka easily. But when champion pools, because Fearless is going to be all of winter, right? So we need to fix that
Do you
dynamic.
actually know how it works? Is it best of three? So like LCKCL Fearless?
I don't think they've released a format yet, and I actually don't know what it is either. So I can't tell you
Okay,
privately either. So I have no
okay,
idea.
okay.
But I presume it's best of one regular season, and then best of five playoffs fearless. I would presume it's something like that. I think best of three for ERL in regular season is probably too long, because they
I'll
have to
send
do
you a
3 EU
few more
Masters.
champs that I played in scrims in Korea, but I never played them on stage. And
Mm.
because of that, my solo queue numbers were low on all of them.
What I would rather have is you to be like a 9 or a 10 on 6 champs than a 7 or
Yeah,
an 8 on 10 champs. So we'll like find the ones you like the most and we'll drill them in. So for example, not the best example, but when I played support, I just tanked whatever melee support was open and just played it. And because the playstyle was kind of similar, of just losing lane or lane swapping and just being an engaged champ, it was pretty easy for me after like a few days. For example, Maokai support, I had never played it in my life. But after 5 games, it's pretty easy. Just put
yeah,
saplings into
style
the
is the same.
bushes, Drake fight starts, you just press your ult and then flash W someone, and I will die. And I will go like 0-9. But engaged supports are all about starting the fight and making them blow spells on you. The problem I had was I just perma got caught because I was just dizzy all the time. So yeah, as long as you don't go 15 deaths like I did every game, we'll be fine. Okay,
Are you
these
showing the
ones.
list on stream or?
No, I'm gonna keep it
Oh,
to myself,
okay.
just so I know in the back of my head, because I
So
feel
I
like
maybe
I.
should not say the name of a champ. Actually, I will just do it anyway.
Yeah,
It's not
you
important.
can say whatever.
So, for example, I played no Poppy games on stage
Mm-hmm.
in Korea, but I played it quite a lot in scrims and towards the end quite a lot in solo rank. And I think the champ is just OP, right? Like it keeps getting nerfed every patch, but I'm not even sure if they're hitting the mark.
Uh huh.
So I
Yeah.
feel like even if I'm not a 10 on Poppy, because the champ is really strong, I should play it in some situations.
Yeah, Poppy's a great champ. I mean, it's good into a lot of
Like
engaged
sometimes the
supports.
value is just too high. Even if I do not play well, my champion will be OP anyway.
Exactly. Poppy is literally just a pick that you play if someone wants to play Viari, if someone wants to play Wukong, if someone wants to play all these champs, then Poppy just fits the bill really well. Jarvan, anything. Yeah. How is Senna right now?
Senna is like 5 out of 10 now, I think. Not
Mm.
not that good. I like her when we play a specific combo bot because I think the healing one is still maybe the best one, or the cleaver Senna, but you cannot play her damage anymore.
Yeah.
So for example, the Orange Senna and the Tam Senna, not Lucenna, all are, in my opinion, not that good because we lack damage so heavily.
Uh huh.
I prefer if my carry is like a Yasuo or Wukong or Lee Sin or Swain, because
Yeah,
then I
for sure.
know if I keep him alive, he will carry the fight. So I just have to spam heals on him.
Yeah.
Or if they have a bunch of tanks, I can go cleaver, and then whatever carry we have will kill them.
Yeah.
Since the cleaver is full stacks onto like Q and auto. But I don't like her as a carry, so I think it's not really the same as before.
I'm just gonna run you through one iteration quickly that we not mastered, but one lane swap assignment that we came to agreement with that we think is quite strong. I'm just sharing my screen with you real quick.
Yeah, I see it.
So one lane swap iteration that we will only do in the case that, if we're blue side, for example, and Baus blinds his champ, let's say they pick like, I don't know, in this case they pick TF top, or Vayne top or Zeri top or I don't know, Jax top, something that's really impossible for him to play. I don't know if they ran you through this, but our proxy strat's pretty simple, the way we lane swapped. In this case, they late invaded top with Braum because they have Braum TF, right? So their level 1 is OP. So we can't take any fights against them level 1 no matter what.
Oh, this is the game the TF TP'd from tier 2 to tier 1, right? They talked
Yeah,
about it
exactly, yeah.
yesterday.
So what I
I'm
wanted to
excited to see
do,
this.
a couple things. If they ever late invade or early invade, in this case, where they're OP as fuck, I just want you to be scouting straight away. And as soon as you see them like 5-man, always in a lane swap. I think the best thing personally is just running here and warding.
Oh, you start ward no matter what?
Yeah, I was gonna base for sweeper and then see what they're doing. Like at 1 minute, maybe I'll base for sweeper, but they already started invading, so I'll ward here.
But you
Um,
start ward just in case this situation happens. I
yeah,
am
I'm just warding just in case because they have TF Braum.
I'm always starting sweeper, but I can change that if you think having ward and then swapping is better.
I think sweeper is good if you're insta invading. Like if we had like Varus Braum and we're swapping and we're just running in now like they are, I would say sweeper is perfect. But if we're going at like 1 minute or 110, I would kind of chill around here for like 40 seconds, get some info, show myself with a ward, on their vision, and then
Yeah.
base in a bush and swap the sweeper. If they see me with a sweeper already level 1, they might think, oh, they're swapping or something. So I'm just chilling
And they
here.
might not put their wards as well.
Yeah, so I'm just chilling, waiting. And then if they're invading like this, I think personally the best thing for me, or what I found in these swaps as support, was just running here and putting a ward down. You can't put the ward on the wall exactly because they can hug the wall as they run to lane. So just putting it a little bit further forward is good. And then our lane swap iteration was pretty simple. We walk in top side. I don't have a sweeper in this case, which sucks. Your job is very simple. All you're going to do is lane mid with Neme, whatever champ you're playing. Poke them out. Main objective here is getting level 2. And then as soon as I get level 2, I will just right click top with the 4-man stack. And the idea here is we just proxy waves. The main thing is we just stop them from entering top. Whether their support base and covers or whatever. In this situation, what they should have done is TF actually should have just ran bot or ran mid to get XP. And then just 4-man hit bot tower. And it should be a standoff of proxy. But the reason I need to be here is if they try to re-enter. So if they try and re-enter here, it's completely legal. They have to die. And the more numbers they show, the more easy it is for us to call Baus the TB bot. But this guy is not allowed to get any XP. Our main goal is obviously just put TF behind as possible. And that's literally it. We just proxy top until their support shows. Support shows with TB bot, and then we just lane here as 2 and stop TF from entering. Or Jax or whatever champ it is. We just hover and just deny MCS. So here he had to TP from top tier 2 to top tier 1 because he's losing minions.
If it dies now, the game is over.
Yeah, here he should die instantly, but I think maybe I should Q earlier to stop him from being able to stun card the Vi Q. And then he wouldn't be able to flash as well if I land my Q or whatever. At least we get a flash. He should die, and then his game should be over. But the swaps worked, right? Baus is laning bot by himself without the support being there. He's fine. That's the only real strat we've pulled off successfully in lane swaps. Is just 4-man proxying top. It's quite a hard one to react to.
Who is top and who is mid depends on the champ, right? Like in this case, I get it. You're playing Renata and he's playing Volibear, so you have more presence in mid level 1. But it can also be the other way around. Like let's say you have an Alistar and a Gnar. Okay, maybe Simon doesn't play Gnar, but
yeah,
you get what I mean, right?
In some cases you can do that. I only really I think having support mid is mostly the best because if Baus wants to, let's say Baus was mid and he wants to catch bot, let's say there's an iteration where they're actually like 3-man top and or they're not showing top, or we want to cover Baus, support can get level 2 and run behind and cover Baus on the dive if we think...
If he's TPing, you mean?
Yeah, if he's TPing. So the way I see it is like in this game, we have a pretty good dive. Pretty easy. Jinx has like chompers, we have Renata, we have Volibear, like good CC. But if we're playing champs that can't dive that easily and we want to cover Baus, then I need to be able to run bot and cover him. So I think it
even
depends
if you have
on
no
champs.
presence mid, like let's say you are getting pushed in mid, it's still better, you would say?
I would say it's better if we're covering
because if
the
they're
dive.
a good team, right? Let's say you're playing Alistar here. The TF is mid, so the TF here is probably pushing you and Oriana if you're playing Alistar. So your position is mid on the map, which I understand your point of, but
Hmm.
you're not with push. Do you think that
I
matters? The
think you will. I
mid
think
push?
you can still get level 2 as support, and then just run top still. In my head, because I think
Even
even
if
if
you're not pushing
Volibear
right?
is mid, you're still not getting push either. I think support being mid just dictates which side you're playing to, and it gives you options. In my head, if
Yeah.
Volibear is mid and support is top, what we learned is if support bases at level 2, imagine I'm top right with Volibear as
Yeah.
Volibear, and I get level 2. If I press B as soon as I get level 2 and run bot, I'm actually late to the
Yeah, you're
dive.
too late in a way.
So it's much easier for me to be mid, and he gets level 2 and TP's bot because I can get the bot faster by just running there. So support being mid in most cases makes it so you can cover. Top lane being mid is good if you're being swapped on. So let's say we're the Xayah team. TF goes mid here for sure because then he can get level 2 faster because he doesn't have to run to bot, he doesn't have to TP to bot tier 1. If you're getting swapped on, the top laner will go mid, get level 2, and then he'll run bot and 4-man dive. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, I agree with it.
So in most cases, support should be mid if
And
you're
because you know
dictating the
you're
dive.
swapping,
Yeah,
you can make the how would you say, the decision to be mid, but
yeah,
because they're getting swapped on, they cannot put the lanes like this in time, so they have to just
yeah.
sort of like wing it on the fly, and the
Uh-huh.
top laner goes mid. I
I,
understand, yeah,
I
your
would say
concept.
90% of cases, top lane goes mid reactively and support goes mid proactively. So if we're
Yeah,
swapping, support's mid. If we're being swapped on, top lane goes mid. It's just the easiest way to share XP. But that's the only real lane swap iteration we have. Will we do it
I like
against
it.
T1? I mean, maybe if Doran plays his crazy fucking, I don't know. What would Doran play actually? He doesn't have that many psycho top laners like Zeus does, but yeah, if they have any crazy top laners, we can swap on them.
Good against
Um,
TF, I think.
yeah, he played a little bit, but that time top lane is just trash.
Do you think Maokai support is actually good? I used to play it when it was OP. There was a time when it was really OP.
Mm. I think
And then it disappeared for a long time, and I saw it a little bit at Worlds, and I saw you play it now, and after all the nerfs, like the movement speed nerfs and everything, E nerf, you still have the ult. Like, you're still useful at some point anyway. You like it?
um, yeah, I think in Fearless Draft, I just linked you a doc if you can just put numbers next to those names. In Fearless
Oh yeah.
Draft, I think Maokai support is really good. Yeah, I think Maokai support is really good in Fearless Draft. Um, the less melee supports that are in the game, the more useful Maokai is in general. To be honest, I feel like with the lane swap meta, playing super hard punishing bot lanes is a bit difficult at the moment, especially in the tournament we were playing. The teams weren't coordinated. In my head, the way I see the game is playing a really good, strong bot lane matchup, and like unless it's Kalista Renata, that's like the exception in my head. But if you're playing like I don't know, Varus Soraka into an Alistar lane, I don't trust anyone to pull that off. That's not like world class. And I think that we can pull it off because I think you guys are world class. But I think in every ERL team that we play against, all the way to EU Masters finals, I don't trust them to pull it off. I'm convinced they'll get a 20 CS lead. We'll get to a Drake fight. Alistar will flash combo my AD carry, and the game will be lost. In my head.
I see what
Um,
you mean.
whereas like some of the best players in their respective roles at range supports and at range bot lanes, they will be able to like snowball the game because it's just all about timing windows. And I trust you guys to pull it off, but I think that when it comes to us blinding Alistar or blinding Leona, I really don't think these people will punish us. I just don't see it. If the enemy team was Keria, then I would be a bit more concerned. But yeah, I think we'll be fine. Also, one of my jobs when I was playing with the team was Balsi's learning the map slowly. Obviously, like he's only ever really played solo queue. So his mid to late game, he will push that wave. If you know what I'm saying, like he will push that wave even 20 seconds to Baron with everyone missing and all of your teams in base. He's pushing bot in their tier 2. So if you can try today just a little bit to keep your eye on him sometimes when you're recalling or when you're resetting or like looking at the map to see what you're going to do, just check where Baus is sometimes. Just give yourself like a mental Bausy check and just be like, be careful. Just give him warnings. Just
Isn't
like
there a game called Where is Simon? No, it's Where is...
Simon says.
It's not the game I was thinking about.
Oh, yeah, well, whatever. Where I think the game Where is Simon? He's at their tier 2 or further. Like,
Okay,
but
okay.
you have to be a babysitter sometimes. Okay, while he
Okay,
learns. Oh, where is Waldo? Yeah, well, where is Waldo? Yeah,
okay.
you're gonna have to
Where's
be a
Simon?
Yeah, where's Simon? You're gonna have to be a little babysitter sometimes, and maybe once or twice a game. If you see him pushing bot tier 3 when there are 4 missing on the map and there's no objectives up yet, he is gonna die. And I think it's fine if he dies when Baron's up. And I think it's fine if he's top pushing tier 3 when Drake's up. But some of his deaths are a bit empty, and then he's just late to objectives. So, yeah.
And I noticed you used that word yesterday. Or they used that word yesterday. Did you teach it to them? Empty
Which
kill?
empty kills? Yeah. I mean, this is what I've kind of been saying a lot when Baus dies. I just say it's fine, empty kill, doesn't matter. It does nothing. Like if he dies with no objectives up and he's like pulling 2 people to him and 1v2ing and getting a trade kill, it's whatever. Or if there's nothing to play for on the map, sometimes it's whatever. But if it's like before objective spawn, that sucks. If it's on the objective spawn, it's probably playable. I just want his deaths to be on like good timers.